This is Sybert signing into Red Alert 3 on the map Industrial Strength for more ban mode action. Spawning in the north, this is nocando. Playing red, playing Empire, and playing as the orange allies. This is Noobmaster 69, which, you know, is an objectively great name. All of the classic things that you love about gaming smushed into one name. Nocando has had Tengus and Imperial Warriors banned, and I believe you can ban the Tengu in both phases, ground and land, or ground and air, and that counts as 2 bans. Now, the allied player has had PKs, Javelins, and Apollos banned. So this could be a very interesting game. We have a little bit of an awkward unit comp where I think the Apollo ban was to make Tengus and VXs more powerful, but then Tengus got banned. So maybe it's a rush to VXs, but there is even less early game anti-air from this Empire player, and it is double Vindicate right out of the gate. Now, this was a little bit of a weird game because nocando and Noobmaster both banned all 3 units right in the beginning. So ban phase 1 was the end of the ban. It's not like they did ban phase 1 and Noobmaster banned Tengus, so then nocando was like, oh, I don't have Tengus, let me ban something of Noobmaster's. Nope. He didn't get the opportunity to ban Vindicators as a response. Mecha Bay is now out. I love the burst drone on all of the Vindicators. Makes them so much slower, keeps your eyes on them, and with no Apollos, with no Javs either. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, no Javs, no Apollos. You have very good vision on these Vindicators. It's going to be a Peacekeeper from a sold-off barracks, still trying to utilize Peacekeepers even though they're banned. You know, getting them any way you can is a good strategy for the allied player, apparently. Double Oil Derrick has been captured by nocando, and he has delayed these Vindicators from coming back into his base for a little while. Ooh, a couple of bombs dropped on the ore collector. 4 Vindicators don't kill an ore refinery regardless, not in a single bombing run, not even with advanced aeronautics, nothing like that. So it kind of doesn't matter, but dropping in a couple of extra bombs on that ore collector just means it'll take a couple of extra bombs to kill off this ore refinery. Double Defender VX. No Jabs, no Peacekeepers. Really hurts the allied early game from what we would typically see. At least having them as options. We don't always see allied players build a ton of Peacekeepers and Peacekeepers and Jabs, but they at least have them as an option. Nice Vindicator control there. Keeps all 4 of them alive. It does get the kill on that refinery. Doesn't kill the Harvester, though, so that Harvester is, of course, going to cross the map and blow up this whole allied base. Noobmaster, happy to just sit in his base. He's got 2 refineries. He's got himself 2 airfields, and he is happy. However, there were 3 refineries, 2 oil derricks for the Empire player. 6 Vindicators now out on the field for Noobmaster, and he sees the refinery, he kills the refinery. A little bit of a sell-off there. Refinery in the main base almost done, and these VXs, well, they are going to have their work cut out for them. They, of course, can't chase the Vindicators very well. They're too slow for that. So as long as they're positioned well at the beginning, gonna sell off the Defenders as well. Get a couple hundred bucks in the tank to be able to respond to these Vindicators. No Tengu, no Imperial Warrior. Tank Busters are still an option. 1 Vindicator should go down here, especially with that return home path. 2 Vindicators go down. A third takes some damage, but not enough to clean it up. And another refinery gets eliminated. Fortunately for nocando, he does still have 1 refinery online. And Noobmaster causing a lot of problems, but he doesn't have Apollos to help him out. So these Vindicators may not have anywhere to return to base 2. And, oh, I don't actually know if that Vindicator finished or not. That was very, very close to a Vindicator finishing up on that airfield. A couple of Tengus, or a couple of choppers, will transform, and the Vindicators stick around in this area for too long. They take a bunch of damage, down to half health, and with only 3 Vindicators, there's not a lot of targets worth killing that you can eliminate quickly. Can go for a power plant, can get a Harvester maybe. Decides to just drop on that refinery. And the Vindicator's now coming back. No tier 2 yet from the allied player, so no cryocopters to try and shrink or force these units to have other targets to engage. Chopper VX nicely controlled there against the multi-gunner turret, and now the Vindicators on the deck will be taking a bit of damage. Power plant does go down. Rank up on that power plant as well, and the airfield is going to be the target. They get off the deck, but only just barely. All 4 Vindicators are alive for the allied player, and I think only one of the VXs has gone down. Maybe none of the VXs. Maybe he's only had 5 this whole time. Power plant doesn't take the lights off for Noobmaster. He's got 4 power plants well lined up and guarded reasonably by these multi-gunner turrets. Multi-gunners can be bursted down by Chopper VXs. And now the Vindicators have dropped another round of bombs, but there's a fresh refinery that is about to be online. Choppers might get a couple of shots here. No, a little bit too slow. If they want to suicide themselves, some of them can go for the airfield. They can try and get the angle, but it will cost possibly all 5 Chopper VXs their lives. It might even be worth trying to trap these Vindicators. Well, we'll see if he's able to do it on the return to base. I think the Vindicators are too far out now, so they'll have to be careful about where they decide to go when they RTB. Coming in, not going to go for the refinery, go for the tier 3 maybe. They're going to go for the weak refinery, and there's the choppers. There's the transform. Burst drone giving vision on the high ground as well. 1 Vindicator goes down, and the choppers might as well get some free repairs. No, they actually have free repairs from the garage. So this engineer has been able to jump in the garage. No can do. Finds the extra value for his units, and the Vindicators, I feel like their time is almost at an end. No Tengus makes this very awkward. What would be a very simple thing for an Empire player to deal with. It makes it very, very awkward, and Tier 2 is finally up. Not a lot of options. Maybe we see a War Factory. Maybe we see something else. With no PKs and no jabs, I was going to say barracks, but it's like, why do you even build a barracks? I mean, you could go spies or something, but that seems very unlikely as an option. And this is not a game where you try and rush for a Tanya. Vindicators come in for another bombing run. They manage to get some more damage onto those refineries. Juggling refineries seems to be No Can Do's specialty here in this ban mode series. Getting those 2 oil derricks early on was an absolute game changer for No Can Do. It's allowed him to keep his economy alive despite all of the damage that he has taken. Peacekeeper inside of that building, taking down that oil derrick as much as he can. Tier 2, now the cryocopter is out. Tank busters, they were not eliminated. He went for the Tengu. He left the tank buster open, and those walls will be getting chopped down bit by bit. The Harvester is actually coming back to the front line. I love when the Harvester comes back for the kill. When the Harvester comes back to save the day. The Vindicators moving out. Tier 3 is now an option for the Empire player, and another refinery will be cleaned up here. These Vindicators ranking up and ranking up, but can they stop these tank busters? Maybe if one of the Vindicators had stayed back home, but then you always have to be worried about the Chopper VXs going for the transform just like this, splitting up themselves. Harvester is on the front line. The MCV goes for the crush, misses the Harvester, gets it on the turn though, and the Harvester and the tank busters have been pushed back. So much focus from No Can Do has been on getting these strikers that he has foregone any tsunami tanks, any of the things that Vindicators are traditionally quite good at just popping and killing off. Chopper VX goes down. The first Chopper VX to fall. More Harvesters crossing the map. He's not going for the barracks. He's not going for the garage. He's going for the Wave Force Artillery. Again, these ground-based units that are so easy for the Vindicators to deal with. Chopper VXs get the jump on that multi-gunner turret. He only gets off like 1 volley of rockets before it gets deleted. trying to push away these Chopper VXs, but they're on the high ground, and I don't think Noobmaster has vision most of the time of that high ground. Maybe the Cryocopter does actually give him vision of it. Final Squadron gets called in. Vindicators get called off the line. They get sent away. No Can Do, so low on income. His income per minute has remained relatively stable. Power plant does go down, not enough to take Noobmaster offline, though. His economy has remained relatively stable due to these oil derricks. Strikers, not in position. They did not move over. I feel like having a couple of burst drones to keep eyes on these Vindicators is crucial. Or maybe just building more Chopper VXs. 2 Wave Force Artillery plus Tank Busters give the Vindicators a good number of targets to aim for. 1 Oil Derrick does go down. That Chopper VX gets the kill. The Striker gets the kill on that Cryocopter. And the MCV now low on health. Enough power plants have gone down. And now with the MCV packing up, all of these multi-gunner turrets go offline for a few seconds there. Wave Force Artillery gets momentarily distracted, but now he's back online. Vindicators go in for the kill. Chopper VXs are going to have a field day slaughtering those Vindicators, and 1 Wave Force Artillery survives. The outrange is here as the artillery gets the kill on the MCV, and I guess fortunately one of the multi-gunner turrets has gone down because Noobmaster is going to be tapping out. No Can Do gets another ban mode win. No Tengus, no problem. PKs, Javs, and Apollos being missing for Noobmaster 69 created a lot of problems for the allied player. So this is what the ban mode looks like. We are going to be seeing what Purple wants to ban. Decides to ban Tengus and Tank Busters. All right, so there is a little notification. Did you mean to spend all 3 bans before Phase 2? Now, when we load into the replay, we don't actually see what both players ban right away. We just see one of the players' perspectives. And in this case, it looks like it's going to be Tengus, and our purple player has banned Tengus and Tank Busters. So one of our Empire players is going to be missing those. The other Empire player is missing Choppers, Tsunamis, and Tengus. All right, so those are the banned units for this game. Welcome to Infinity Isle for our next ban mode game. Playing as the Purple Empire on the left side, this is pianxian? I don't know, someone tell me how to pronounce that name. And playing as the orange, this is Noobmaster 69. Returning once again, so we get to see Noobmaster 69 versus 2 players, and it is going to be an Empire mirror, so we did get to see what units Purple wanted to ban. So I believe that means Noobmaster 69 can't build Tengus, and he can't build Tank Busters. So Imperial Warriors are still on the menu, and Noobmaster 69 has banned Tengus, Choppers, and Tsunamis, but I believe that's only Tengu flight mode. As you notice, there is basically 2 bans for Tengus and for Sea Wings, maybe some other units as well. I guess Choppers probably have 2 bans as well, where each mode counts as a different unit ban. So if you ban a Tengu, you have to actually ban ground and air. Otherwise, they can, I don't know, if you ban ground, I guess they just come out already transformed and they can't untransform. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But Tengus have been banned for our orange player, and for our purple player, only Tengus on the ground have been banned. So Tank Busters obviously becoming a problem, and goodbye to that barracks. This is one player can build tank busters and the other player can not. Noobmaster 69. I'm not sure what the plan was with that dojo. Maybe it was just to cause annoyance. I'm not sure that he was really going to be doing anything with it. He can't build tank busters, so his options are kind of limited there. But maybe he was going to, you know, cause some problems. And this is more what you would think of is like, oh, the proxy barracks, and maybe you get out a couple of tank busters. Your opponent can't build Tengus. And they have some problems dealing with that. But you don't have tank busters yourself, so We'll see how these players manage to deal with this. The wall's not quite complete enough to stop that second tank buster, and this is a bit of a problem for Noob Master, but he should be able to shut this down eventually. Tsunami Tank is now out, and the tank buster is going to make a run for the building. Doesn't quite manage to get it, and the Imperial Warriors will be able to shut down the other. Go for the... What is this tank buster being allowed to do? Okay, there we go. Finally gets the crush, and the refinery is saved for now. Oh, both Imperial Warriors died. It looked like one beat the other one, but nope, they indeed both did die. Pian has grabbed both of the oil derricks. Burst drone moving out will spot the third refinery coming up for our Purple Empire player. And Tengus, they can't transform. They're just stuck on the ground. So no anti-air capability for those Tengus. And that may be crucial when the Chopper VXs... Actually, why aren't there Chopper VXs? I feel like one Chopper VX would be really powerful for our orange player. No Naval Yard just yet from Purple, so he's going to have to deal with this. Well, Tsunami Tanks are coming in, and there's going to be the Chopper VX from... I guess he can't transform. Maybe he can't fly. That's what it is. He can shoot up, but he just can't shoot down, which does mean that, yeah, Chopper VXs from Noob Master would be able to escape quite easily, abusing the terrain. Imperial Warrior getting cut down, and, well... Purple is going to go on a rampage with the MCV, and that will shut down the production queue, but the third refinery is up. The War Factory is up as well. And the Tsunami Tanks are going to be turning back to the high ground. Oil derricks, for now, are being left alone. Maybe this will mean some engineers are going to be sent over to those oil derricks in a minute. No Tengus, no Chopper VXs in the sky, and no Tsunami Tanks, so it's all about... Or no Tengus in the sky, rather. No Chopper VXs and no Tengus in the sky, so it's all about these Tsunami Tanks on the ground that Noob Master knows don't have much of a counter. Counter is tank busters in buildings, and that is pretty much it, which is why you see Noob Master going for these Tsunami Tanks, because he's got an MBT and his opponent doesn't. Those main battle tanks are so important. It's going to be the tank busters, I think, inside of the sudden transport to try and get up close and personal with these tank busters, or with these Tsunami Tanks. The tank busters need to be able to close the distance to get that damage, but this is so many Tsunami Tanks. They're going to be able to bust down this power plant. They go for the harvester and they get the kill, and now their next target is going to be that power plant, shutting that down as well. And now they're going to try to escape out to the water. The Tengus on the ground, they can't fly up, give chase, and transform back down onto the Tsunami Tanks to make use of the honorable discharge. They're just going to have to watch them walk away, watch them grind their treads into the water and float away. Third refinery gets shut down. No easy way to deal with that. The Chopper VX is trapped on the ground. The Striker VX is rather trapped on the ground. They're not able to transform, go over there, defend that expansion, all of the normal things you would be doing as an Empire player. And instead, you are forced to just watch Tsunami Tanks turning back around. Noob Master got an amazing ban set of units. Tengu on the transform, Chopper on the transform, and the Tsunami Tank. Well, let's see what's inside of this sudden transport. It's going to be a bunch of tank busters. The oil derrick has been grabbed by Noob Master, but that's not necessarily going to be enough. The MCV is going to run for the hills. There was no third refinery for Noob Master, so he just needs to defend his main base. He just needs to hold off these units over there. And I don't know what's going on here. The tank buster surprise came in like on top of the tanks, and they're just glitched out right now, while the other three Tsunami Tanks deal with the power plants, slowing the production of Pian. And it's going to be the MCV going for the crush, getting a couple of kills there. And the oil derrick actually has survived all of this time. Tsunami Tank's going to be moving off of those tank busters, and yeah, the tank busters kind of glitching out, trying to go down into the ground, and they finally get it. They were, I guess, counted as in the ground by the game, but graphically they were not actually there. And actually the War Factory going to be going down. These tank busters will be defended by the Imperial Warrior. Purple finds the perfect unit combination. Tank Busters still available to one player, but not the other. The Tsunami Tank may be powerful, but the Tank Buster is as well. And 4 Tank Busters, the entire army of Purple, basically. He's going to do what he can, but killing a Tier 2 Mecha Bay, that is a difficult thing to do in a normal game, and he has managed to pull it off here in ban mode with this extremely awkward unit composition. This sudden transport fake out here with the Tank Busters, but the MCV is not going to be the only passive unit on the attack here. As the Harvester comes off the line, you're going to kill my refinery, I am going to kill all of you. He goes double vet, and he manages to shut down the Tank Busters. Tsunami Tanks getting thin. They have been cleaned up mostly by Purple. There's still 2 Tsunami Tanks? Yeah, moving around. No, that's a burst drone over there. 1 Tsunami Tank and a burst drone as Noobmaster69. He's got 3 more Tsunami Tanks on the other side of the map. He's going to have to get his Mecha Bay back up and running at some point, but for now, he wants to get an additional refinery up and running. All right, there's the Mecha Bay. Here's the sudden transport. 3rd refinery coming in as well, and this sudden transport is not going to have as easy of a time as the first one did. That's a dead sudden transport. 3rd refinery going to head down into the main base, and this is a very difficult game for Pian. 1 refinery, 1 oil derrick, soon to be against 3 refinery plus an oil derrick for our Orange Empire. Imperial Warrior from Pian going to be keeping eyes on his orange opponent. Wait a second. I don't think there's been any chance that this is a Eureka inside of the sudden transport. That would be an absolutely insane move if he had managed to sneak a Eureka and no one noticed. But it is just going to be a couple of Tank Busters going for the kill on another Harvester. This would be a lot more impactful if there weren't 2 other Harvesters there to back it up. Walls come in, delay that Harvester kill for an extra couple of seconds. Not a big deal, but now the Imperial Warriors and the Tsunami Tanks going to be giving chase, and the sudden transport is going to have to try and run for its life. Harvester already back up to 50% health, and the burst drone will get the spot on that instant generator. We'll be able to spot the power plant out there on the water. Final squadron gets called in, and this Harvester may actually not survive long enough for the final squadron to get the kill. We'll see. He's getting kind of body blocked. He gets trapped by his own Tsunami Tank buddies. And, well, this sudden transport doing a lot of work, but I'm not sure that he's going to get another Mecha Bay's worth of work. Tank Busters and an Imperial Warrior jumping into that building. The last Tank Buster is like, is he actually going to be able to get this? Just go for it. You just have to, like, suicide the units. You can't lose another Mecha Bay, can you? Can you really afford to lose a second Mecha Bay from this position? I guess maybe you can when your opponent doesn't have, when they can't really build choppers and tsunamis themselves. But okay, the Imperial Warriors were in time. They take the building. They will eventually be able to kill that Tank Buster, and the sudden transport makes its escape. Ore Collector taking a little bit of damage. This is the double vet Ore Collector from earlier. He's going to be able to get into the walls, and he's just going to go for the block on this Harvester. He will eventually kill his Harvester brother, and I'm not sure if there's enough Tank Busters inside to kill off this Harvester. But okay, there is one heroic Tank Buster that was inside of the building as well. And there we go. The Harvester finally dies. Noobmaster's Hero Harvester has been eliminated. The Tank Busters are no match for the Shinobi, a unit that essentially never gets used in competitive play, but we are seeing it here in ban mode. Noobmaster69 dealing with the Tank Buster problems of his opponent, shutting down the Tank Busters with a Shinobi. We do also have a Tier 2 Mecha Bay that hasn't produced any units other than a sudden transport, but basically hasn't produced any units in 3 minutes or something. I'm not actually sure when the last Tengu or Chopper was produced by that Mecha Bay, and it is just sitting there almost useless. Just a big old paperweight to allow these sudden transports to send tank busters to the other side of the map. Tsunami tanks moving down. Imperial warriors and shinobis are going to be the front line to deal with the tank busters, while the tsunami tanks deal with everything else. And the walls are a delay tactic. We'll see if there can be a lot of kills on the other side of the map. Pion might be able to get some 4 tank busters. Okay, he's going for this 4 tank buster plus Imperial warrior combo. Oh, 1 crush comes in. Second goes down to the honorable discharge. Only 2 tank busters survive that initial engagement, and that refinery is going to be difficult for 2 tank busters to kill by themselves. Tsunami tank will take a lot of damage. 1 goes down, and the second gets the crushes that matter. Hope springs eternal for Pion, but it is thinning out quite a bit. Civ structure has been cleared. Tank busters, those are not the heroic tank busters from earlier. And he's actually going to be going for the sabotage on that, on the refinery as well, moments before it gets sold off. And that's, oh, that actually is a real tsunami tank. I was like, don't be fooled, that's not a real tsunami tank. But no, that is actually an orange tsunami tank being attacked by a purple Imperial warrior, as we do have the ore collectors making their way to the front line to try and hold off the tsunami tank. And Noob Master, he's got $5.5 grand in the bank. He is just not spending his cash because he doesn't believe in spending his money. Ore Collector will go down quickly. Dojo does get eliminated, and King Oni actually out on the map. This King Oni, depending on how this goes, could kill a couple of these tsunami tanks. Nope, they're going to be able to make it out to the water. And the tsunami tanks will be backed up by tier 3 Mecha Bay units from Noob Master. He's holding all of his cash now, $8.5 grand. Just spend your money on something. Even double expanding, going for both of the water expansions, maybe even all 3 of the water expansions, would be better than just doing nothing with the money. But he is going to be able to produce Wave Force artillery out of this war factory. Harvester getting targeted, and now the refinery after that should be eliminated. Nicely done there. Now almost up to 10 grand as Noob Master is just getting... Oh, he's actually getting jumped on, as this is not a Wave Force artillery. That is a sudden transport body blocking, but there's going to be the shot coming through, and the Wave Force artillery too close to these tank busters. They get the kill. The King Oni finds the tier 3 Mecha Bay and gets on top of it. The tank busters here as well. The walls trying to come in, and this King Oni steps out into the wall block of his own team, almost stopping him from... Oh, that tank busters survived that? They actually didn't get crushed by that King Oni. So close to killing a tier 3 Mecha Bay with just a couple of tank busters. And now the King Oni is going on a rampage looking for more and more targets. Tsunami tanks pushing in on the other side of the map. Another refinery eliminated. And this one tank buster, he's holding the vision. He's trying to hold the front line. And the tier 3 Mecha Bay goes down. The tank buster survives. The engineer is too late. Noob Master loses another upgraded Mecha Bay. A ridiculous kill there for purple. But yet, more harvesters, more refineries being eliminated. Orange, with all of that stolen money, with all of that stolen tech, and basically he's been able to shut down everything that purple has gone for. It was a lovely attempt, a perfect try there by purple, but it was not enough, and orange will get the win yet again here. Or I guess not again, but he will get the win here on Infinity Isle. And that will do it for this ban mode video. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and this is Sybert signing out.